You know what? I think it's about damn time we start talking about some anime on here. Tokyo Revengers is a new anime about a guy named Takemichi Hanagaki, whose life is just at an all-time low. Like, the anime actually opens up and shows you how filthy and disgusting this man's crib actually is. It's terrifying to look at, honestly. You see all his Playboy magazines and calendars just lying around and hanging up like, damn, Takemichi, go ham! So we see Takemichi chilling in his crusty-ass room watching TV, when suddenly, a news report comes on stating that his ex-girlfriend from middle school, Hinata Tachibana, has been murdered by a gang called the Tokyo Manji Gang. Menacing. Apparently, they're a dangerous gang in Tokyo that have been disturbing the peace for a while now. After Takemichi hears this news, we the viewers start to see and learn how much dog shit life really hands this man. Kids bully him on the street, he's always apologizing for things that he didn't even do, and he's treated like a moron by his manager that's younger than him. Yikes. As Takemichi stands waiting for the train, he's contemplating all of these things in life and wondering, where did it all go wrong? When BAM! Huh? Our plot thickens, and he's pushed onto the track by a mysterious hand. Then wakes up, standing in the train, only to realize that it's not actually him, but a past him? And wait a minute, what's this? He's back in middle school again? Wait a minute, doesn't this remind y'all of another anime that we've probably all watched before? What was it called again? Oh yeah! This anime is just like Erased. Okay, maybe not exactly like it, but the similarities are clear as day. And listen, don't get me wrong, I love Erased. I just don't love its ending. But really sit down and think about the comparisons between the two. Guy hates his life and his current job. Guy figures out he has the ability to go back in time. Guy's tried to save the girl who he's in love with his crazy time travel abilities. Y'all see what I'm talking about here, right? With all of that being said though, this doesn't stop Tokyo Revengers from still being an amazing anime. It just needs to be executed properly. And honestly, the show does a great job of doing that. I like the little things that Takemichi says to all of his friends in his little anime monologue thoughts. He's all like, whoa, how nostalgic. It's the kid who couldn't keep his hands off his dick. And there's a dumbass who thought wearing glasses would make him smarter. Like, it's all really funny but relatable at the same time, because we all probably know someone like that in real life. This anime is able to bring more comedy and believable situations to the table than Erased could have ever have. It's able to stay suspenseful while also keeping its viewers engaged and laughing, which is always something good to see in an anime in general. Erased probably had some scenes that made me chuckle, but it focuses way too much on the drama and romance aspect of it all that it kind of loses you, and it doesn't really grow and mature their characters as much as you would like them to. It just revolves around the main character and his somewhat unhealthy obsession of wanting to save this little girl. We then later learn that Takemichi's group of friends are actually a bunch of hood rats, trying to pick a fight with some second years at their rival school, all because they called them wussies. Yeah, I know, not much of a good reason to pick a fight, but hey, I never said these kids were bright. It's also really funny because apparently past Takemichi is out here like gassing up his older cousin Masaru, making his friends believe that he has their back if anything goes wrong. And then when they actually leave to look for these second years, that called them wussies out of nowhere.
うちの2年嗅ぎ回ってんのてめえらか。
こいつらは3年。
2年はよ、修学旅行だ。
中3にして暴走族。振り切った本物の不良。
A group of third years from that rival school pull up on them, and they're in a biker gang. Yes, a biker gang of middle schoolers. Like, what middle schooler has the time to be in a biker gang? So right when you think things couldn't get any worse, right? think again. Masaru's here.
あんたら3年っすよね。俺ら3年の番張ってるマサル君に話通してますよ。
マサル？おいマサル！
そんな大きい声出さなくても聞こえてるし。
じゃあさ全員分買ってこいマサル。
お金は。
あ？この拳が一発100円な。
But he's not here to save the day. He's here because he's the group of third year slave. Yes, their slave. The errand boy. And as all of this is happening, Takemichi is just now realizing, oh yeah, Masaru was actually lying to me the whole time and he was actually their errand boy. He starts to remember what really happened that day as they're getting their ass kicked. Apparently, after they get their ass kicked, the third years force them to be their slaves. And ever since this day, they have been slaving around doing whatever they tell them to do. The whole reason why Takemichi is the person that he is today is because of this incident. This incident is the reason why he left his hometown after middle school. This incident is the reason why he apologizes for every single little thing. This incident is the reason why Takemichi has no spine. It only takes one bad day. As we see Takemichi and his group of hood rats walking home from their ass beat, we see Takemichi realize something, that the past wasn't all that bad. That there still was that one good thing that he still has. And so he starts to sprint towards it. We then see Takemichi arrive at Hinata Tachibana's house, the girl who was murdered by the Tokyo Manji gang. And the first thing that she said, let's at least disinfect that ass beating you got on your face there. Like, you see how caring she is for Takemichi. And when Takemichi first hears her voice, he starts to cry.
ごめん、なんでもない。帰るよ。
花垣くん。
ちょっと顔が見たかっただけだから。
嘘。なんかあった。いつもの花垣くんじゃないもん。
え？
ちゃんと言って。君のことは何でも知りたいの。彼女なんだよ。バカ。
ごめん。そうだ。いつも怒られてばっかだった。ちっちゃくて気が強くて。
As Takemichi's leaving Hinata's house, on his way home, we see a group of thugs picking on some little boy. Takemichi rushes at them and whacks one of them across the face with a fist full of anger. I thought this made a lot of sense too, since Takemichi just finished getting his ass beat by a group of third years, and he also just finished bawling his eyes out to probably the nicest girlfriend he ever had. Make that the only girlfriend he's ever had. Takemichi then decides to pick up a broken glass bottle that he finds on the ground and threaten the group of guys with it, which was enough for them to say, okay, this guy's a crackhead, let's go home now, and they start sprinting off. The little boy then notices that Takemichi left that broken bottle on the ground, and he tells Takemichi to pick it up. I like how the little boy has the guts to stand up to Takemichi, after Takemichi just scared the group of thugs that were picking on him. It shows us that he wants to be brave too, and him meeting Takemichi in that specific moment is what probably installed that in him. Takemichi then begins to tell the little boy that when guys like that bother him, he needs to be prepared to get hit, but don't back down. Which in all honesty is pretty good advice. The little boy immediately takes out a notepad and starts taking notes on what he's saying, which I thought was hilarious. They then begin to sit down and talk, and the little boy tells Takemichi that his name is Nato Tachibana, Hinata's little brother. Takemichi then realizes that this little boy also dies, on that same day. Takemichi then asks the little boy if he loves his sister, and the little boy says of course not, because she's bossy and annoying, and always telling him what to do. But Takemichi states that he loves his sister, and that he just realized that he loves her today, which was really sweet. Takemichi then tells the little boy that on this day, he fell from the train tracks and thought that he died, only to wake up in this present time. He asks the little boy, what do you think that is? And the little boy's like, time travel. He's like, yeah, it must be that. Takemichi then decides to tell the little boy that on July 1st, him and Hinata are both gonna die, and that it's up to him to remember this date to save the both of them. You can see the look in Nato's eyes that everything that Takemichi's saying is hitting close to home with him, and that he believes every single word of it. He shakes hands with Takemichi, believing in him. They shake hands, and Takemichi wakes up in a hospital bed. And who does he see next to him? Nato Tachibana, the current Nato Tachibana. He says that he studied to become a police officer, and that he was able to survive, but he couldn't protect Hinata. And that's why he still needs Takemichi to save his sister. To go back in time and change whatever happened with the Tokyo Manji group and Hinata. And that's the ending of episode 1. Overall, I really did enjoy this first episode of Tokyo Revengers. The first episode did a great job setting the tone for the show, and I can't wait to see where it all goes next. It kind of has that Kenichi the Mightiest Disciple vibe if you guys ever watched that, but on some more gang shit, you know? I can't wait to see what this show has in store for us next, with its action and its comedy. But if you guys enjoyed this video, please comment down below and tell me what you would like to see more of. I had a lot of fun making this video, and hope you guys had a lot of fun watching it. With all that being said, you guys have a good one.